Now that leads us to right concentration, because the practice of right mindfulness will end up in right concentration, and that is defined as one-pointedness of mind, or the 4 jhanas. What is this word jhana? Jhana is a word which literally means burning or incandescence, bright, And so a good translation for a state of jhana is a state of mental incandescence, because when a person attains jhana, the mind lights up. That is why those beings in the jhana planes, they are like a ball of light. Like a ball of light. There's a description how when Mahabrahma comes to visit Sakadeva Raja in the heavens of the 33, Sakadeva Raja, he sees from a long distance away a ball of light flying towards him, and they know that Mahabrahma is coming. So they stand in attention, and then when this ball of light in a short while comes in front of them, and then because this being, Mahabrahma, is with his psychic power, he changes into a shape of a young deva, and then he'll talk to Sakadeva Raja. And when he has finished talking to him, he'll go back to his state of a ball of light and fly away. So, these beings in the jhana plane, their state is a state of brightness. That is why a good translation of jhana is a state of mental incandescence. And why is it jhana is stressed in the Buddha's teachings? Because there is one sutta in the Anguttara Nikaya 4.41 where it is stated that the best condition for jnana dasana sometimes is translated as knowing and seeing, or insight knowledge. It is stated there that the best condition for insight knowledge or knowing and seeing is a mind that is bright, that is luminous, incandescent. So from there you can see why jhana is important in the Buddha's teachings. When you attain jhana, the mind lights up. And when the mind lights up, the hindrances are abandoned. That is why it is important. And certain suttas seem to imply that even when you come out of jhana, the hindrances are also not there, because for example, there's one sutta that says that when one attains the jhanas, then the hindrances are unconsciously restrained. You don't need to make an effort, they by itself restrained. Now jhana, when a person attains jhana, he attains the 5 factors of jhana: vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. And this jhana is concerned with this one-pointedness of mind, ekagata. And there is a sutta which makes us understand what is this one-pointedness of mind. This is Samyutta Nikaya number 35.206. There's a parable of a hunter with 6 animals. The Buddha said, one day a hunter caught 6 animals. What are these 6 animals? An eagle, a monkey, a snake, a crocodile or alligator, a dog, and a hyena. Now after catching these 6 animals, the hunter roped them, tied them with a rope. And these 6 ropes, he tied the 6 ropes into a knot, and he let go these 6 animals. When he let these 6 animals go, what happens? They want to go to their natural ground, their natural home. The eagle will try to fly into the air. The monkey will try to climb up a tree. The snake will try to find a hole to hide itself. The alligator will try to go into the water. The dog will want to go into town to look for food. And the hyena wants to go up the hill. That's where he lives. So these 6 animals are pulling in 6 different directions. And at any one time, whichever animal is stronger, he will pull and the rest will have to follow him. After a while, he becomes tired. Another one is stronger and he will pull and the others have to follow him. And similarly, one after the other, they are pulling in 6 different directions. And that is a simile for a normal mind. The normal mind jumps from object to object because the 6 sense doors, the objects are pulling us in the 6 different directions. As you sit here listening to this Dharma talk, perhaps you are trying to put your attention here. Suppose a car goes by and sounds the horn, and suddenly your attention is pulled there. Right? Or suddenly if a mosquito bites you, you get a sting and suddenly your attention goes there again. Or because you are sitting too long, you get an ache in your legs and suddenly attention goes there. So that is the normal state of mind where our attention is being pulled from object to object, changing. And the Buddha said that is not the way to control the mind. That is definitely not the way. So the Buddha said, just like if the hunter wants to control these 6 animals, what he has to do is to take all these 6 ropes tied to these 6 animals and tie them all around a stout pole or a stout post. And wherever these 6 animals try to go, they can only go round and round the pole, round and round the pole until they get tired, and then they will very quietly slide down or sit down, very docile beside the post or the pole. So in the same way, the Buddha said, to tame our mind, we must tie our attention, put our attention to one object, just like that stout pole. If it goes away, we pull it back again to that one object. It goes away, we pull it back again. Continually try to pull it back until the mind becomes tame. Because it is the nature of the mind to flit about through the 6 objects. And to tame the mind, you have to do the opposite. That is what the mind does not like to do. That is why cultivating jhana is difficult, not easy. And because it is not easy, a lot of people try to find some excuse for not cultivating jhana. They say you can do without jhana, but that is not the Buddha's teachings. In the Majjhima Nikaya 108, remember Ananda was asked what type of meditation is praised by the Buddha, what type of meditation is not praised by the Buddha. And he said the type of meditation where the 5 hindrances are abandoned is praised by the Buddha. The type of meditation where the 5 hindrances are not abandoned is not praised by the Buddha. And from there we can understand why we need to cultivate jhana, because the hindrances are abandoned. Now you notice in the Ariyan Eightfold Path that the last factor is jhana, perfect samadhi. And then there is a term called charana. One of the names of the Buddha is Vijja Charana Sampanno, one perfect or replete with conduct and knowledge. So this word charana, sometimes translated as conduct, sometimes as practice, is certain things that a monk has to cultivate along the holy path. Things like contentment, sila, guarding the 6 sense doors, moderation in eating, sati sampajanya, etc. And the last thing that he attains is also attainment of the 4 jhanas. Now sometimes people wonder what is the benefit of jhanas when these external ascetics, they also attain jhanas and yet they don't have wisdom. Now in the Majjhima Nikaya 117, it is stated that the Ariyan right concentration is one pointedness of mind supported by the 7 other factors of the Ariyan Eightfold Path. You see, the Ariyan Eightfold Path consists of 8 factors. You cannot just use one factor to succeed. You must use all 8 factors. You cannot say, jhana is useless because external ascetics get jhana and they can't have wisdom, because they don't have the other factors. You see, but when you have all 8 factors pulling together, then that brings us to arahanthood. You cannot say, for example, what's the use of sila? You just cultivate sila, and a person cannot become enlightened by sila, but that does not mean sila is not necessary by itself. Sila cannot bring you enlightenment, but it is one of the factors in the Ariyan Eightfold Path. Without Sila, you cannot go anywhere in the Ariyan Eightfold Path. You cannot succeed. In one sutta, Majjhima Nikaya 149, it is stated when the Ariyan Eightfold Path is fully developed, all the 37 Bodhipakya Dhammas are fully developed. And Samatha and Vipassana are led to work together. You see, when the Ariyan Eightfold Path is developed, all 37 Bodhipakya Dhammas are fully developed. What are the 37 Bodhipakya Dhammas? The Ariyan Eightfold Path, the 7 Bojjhanga, the 5 Bala, the 5 Indriya, and then the 4 Satipatthana, the 4 right efforts, etc. All of them are fully developed. And Samatha and Vipassana work together.